now's the time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there. And we've got to lead it.
True internet suffered depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. If I can circle back, I'll circle back with you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 337 of the newest, latest, the greatest Jeffrey and Brian show. I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Brian.
And we're just you guys drinking some beers, talking about what's going on. Some stuff happened. Some stuff got tied up, I guess. And it's gotten to the point where I don't even give a shit to follow what's going on with Iran anymore.
Right.
I noticed neither one of us shared anything about the alleged it's about to end. No, we're going to blow the shit out of them. Now we're going to invade them. Nope, no, we're not. It's like, oh my God. But that feeds right into my theory that Trump's ultimate goal was to actually keep the Strait of Hormuz closed instead of actually dealing any kind of blow to Iran. He's just looking for an excuse to keep it blockaded.
Right.
And he can't just flat out tell people, I'm going to jack up gas prices to screw China, you know? All right. So some lawsuit, I guess, is trying to stop this UFC event that Trump wants to do on the White House grounds.
On Sunday.
On Sunday, okay. Why?
Because they're trying to say that you can't do paid events on White House grounds or something. They're saying there's some law that stops them from doing that.
Okay. I think it's somewhere else in here. Yeah, DC Sports. The DOJ brought up how in the 1800s the White House had baseball games, and they even said the Easter egg hunt count as the same thing. So there's no precedent there for them to try to claim.
No, and they're running out of time too. I mean,
But why do they want to shut it down? Just because Trump's doing it?
Yeah,
is that really
much
what it is?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I think that's why, because Trump's
I don't like him so much. I'm not gonna even let people enjoy sports, but whatever. This Navy sailor that went missing and then later found dead.
And her
the boyfriend pled guilty, right, to murder.
Yes, he did. Uh-huh.
And he hid her body behind like a hotel or something.
Yeah.
What did he get for a sentence?
43 years in prison.
43 years. Oof. This happened off of Navy property, right?
I think it happened in the barracks, but they found the body off Navy property. It was a court-martial.
It was okay. It was a Department of War trial, not a
yes, it was
DOJ trial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. I'm surprised he didn't get longer than 43, honestly, because he tried to hide the body and everything too, you know. But you know as well as I, the military holds a much higher standard and a much stiffer penalty for violating the rules.
Yeah.
And not to mention you killed one of their sailors. She was a sailor too, right?
Yes, she was.
Yeah. Excuse me. You shared this one about. Remember that thing Biden put in place about like gas appliances or something?
Yeah, we talked about this. How no new homes are going to be allowed to have gas appliances.
What's going to stop someone from just installing a giant propane tank and getting that filled? That's probably the exact argument I brought up at the time too.
Yeah,
but this got tossed out by the Supreme Court, right?
Yes.
I didn't even know that they were hearing this. How often is I mean, usually there's stuff coming out. I know about it in advance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like a big one that the Dems don't. It's going to hit the news right before midterms. And actually, next month is when the decision's supposed to come out. Supreme Court is hearing about counting basically it's about mail-in ballots, but
Right.
it could be a narrow ruling, like you're not allowed to count any ballots after election day, but it could be a broad ruling that says like nobody can count ballots on any day except for election day. Uh, we'll see where that goes, but I mean, geez, we'll definitely get into California and their jacked up election system. We got a whole bunch of stuff about these latest elections. Oh yeah, Irina. Oh, what was her name? Irina Zucrovich or something like that. Oh my goodness, I can't even find it. Is it Irina Zatrutska? She was one that was stabbed in the neck on the bus on the
Yeah.
video that everyone saw.
Uh-huh.
Uh, well, the man who's been accused of stabbing her was in front of a judge again and has been found to not be fit to stand trial second time. Uh, I don't think this guy realizes. I mean, assuming he's not actually crazy, I'm going to assume he's not actually crazy for the purpose of this argument. I don't think he realizes what's going to happen if he plays the I can't stand trial thing, so I don't have to go to prison because they're going
Right.
to like force medicate him and keep him in a psych ward against his will.
Yeah.
And this could be indefinitely until they decide he is well enough to stand trial. Because people don't realize that once you are mentally competent again, you still have your trial. Now you might have a defense of I didn't know reality from delusion, but you still have to stand trial. It's not like he's got found not guilty of this, you know? That's
Right.
something a lot of people don't realize when they hear this insanity thing.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. I don't know what the FM is, foreign minister, I guess.
Yeah. 4 minutes,
Of
sir.
a, yeah, okay. How about you read some of these names? Because
Yeah.
they were kicking my ass trying to read this article, dude.
Iran's foreign minister Arga Hamichi um is revealing new details of the strike that killed Khamani.
Yeah, I guess this guy was in the same building in a different wing of the building, and basically he was saying how accurate and precise these American weapons were. That it only took out like the section that they knew this guy was in instead of just wiping out the entire structure.
Right.
Uh, with like one giant bomb. But yeah, he said he was in the other end of the building and was fine. And I was like, holy crap. That's what we've heard though. Like apparently we can launch a missile and have it go through like a car through two car windows of a car that's moving, go through an open door in a house, go up the stairs, and then just spit out blades. That Ginzu bomb, remember?
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap! They kill like two people in the room, and everyone else survives. You're like, what the fuck? This is terrifying accuracy.
Oh yeah.
Th- those can't be cheap bombs though that are that accurate, you know?
No. No, not at all.
uh, okay, I got a good laugh out of this one. Did we cover this cannabis place up in Chicago?
I don't think so.
Okay, I found this hilarious because the guy just pulled his money out of he just lost his license or whatever to deal cannabis in Illinois,
Right.
but he was convicted like a year ago of laundering cocaine money.
That sounds like Illinois politics for you right there, you know?
You would think you would lose any ability to do anything with any kind of drug at all. Like you couldn't even be a pharmacist assistant. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You're not even allowed to get the key to open the shelf that has the good cough syrup in it. Okay.
Exactly.
But yeah, I got a good laugh out of that. I was like, the guy was convicted of laundering cocaine money, and he was still selling pot in the state. Good job, guys. Uh, oh, and wow, I'm gonna have to figure out where we're gonna put these teachers having sex with their students because I'm not sure where to put them every time. This one was from about a year ago, and geez Louise, apparently this woman's husband like warned her not to dress all slutty at school because she's gonna get in trouble.
Uh-huh.
because she is hot. And then she ended up banging the 17-year-old in her marital bed. And a month later, the kid's mother found out and called the cops. But she got like her sentence. It was ridiculous. What pissed me off, what the length was. Of course, it's taking forever to load anything. 17-year-old, a month after the incident. She got something like 15 months probation. I'm sorry,
What?
2 years probation for first-degree sexual misconduct. I was like, you mean rape?
Is she still to be able to teach?
It didn't say in the article. I want to assume no. I think once you are on the sex offender registry, you're no longer allowed to teach. I would hope. I would hope. Um, but speaking of like wackadoo teachers, Loudoun County is back in the news with their
Yep.
trans policies.
I thought
Uh,
Trump got rid of all the trans policies.
well, he said he was going to pull federal funding if they didn't.
Okay.
Uh, Loudoun County is the wealthiest county in the nation, so it's possible that they just said "fuck your federal money."
Right.
I believe you shared this one. You want to give me the run through of what happened? What's going on? Did you read it?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I did read it. There were parents that were they're complaining about the transgender policy again because you know, mm, guys are going in girls' locker room and girls are going in boys' locker rooms, vice
That
versa.
was actually that was something I saw in this article was that one of the little boys was really upset because he was at the urinal and a girl decided she was a boy today and walked in and just took a look, just meat gazed, you
Right.
know? And it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Uh, and I think most of this trans thing that's going on now, don't get me wrong, there are real trans people out there, but
Yeah.
most of these people are claiming to be like non-binary or two-spirit or something stupid, right?
Hmm.
This is them finding a way to be the minority and therefore be the victim. That's all it is. Because it's mostly white people, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So you got this is a way for a white person not to be the majority, not be the monster. No, I'm oppressed too. I'm trans.
Right.
That's my theory. Because if these people actually believe they were in the wrong body, they would try to do something to fix it instead of just saying that I'm a woman, but not even bothering to shave their fucking face, you know?
Yeah. Most women don't have, a full-on beard at 5 o'clock.
Correct. Uh oh yeah. I'm surprised I put this up here. I did well, I'm not saying not that I'm surprised I did. I just didn't think I did. Vance is referring Tim Walz and Minnesota to the Attorney General for the fraud that's been going on in Minnesota.
Nice.
I'm assuming if he's referring Walz himself, that means that he thinks Walz is involved,
Yep.
or at least intentionally looking the other way to let it happen.
Right.
But I mean, isn't this why they call it the Windy City? It's because the corrupt politicians come and go so quick.
Well, that's Illinois, not Minnesota.
Oh,
So,
that's right. That's Chicago. My mistake. My mistake. For some reason, I thought he was in Chicago. Chicago's got the same fucking problem. So,
yeah.
uh, check this out. West Virginia was ranked least safe state for LGBTQ plus peoples.
Nice.
That's what I said. The wife said the same thing. She's like, nice. But the thing is, the criteria they judged it by isn't very little of it has anything to do with being part of the rainbow spectrum. It was like
Okay.
access to health care.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, no, that sucks for everyone who is here, not just the freaking the lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transsexuals, queers. Plus, by the way, am I allowed to say queer again? Because that's like the Q, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see people saying we're queer, it's like, oh, I guess I'm allowed to say queer. I thought that was one of those no words,
Also, too.
and that came back before retarded did. West Virginia news for you. I came across this article twice. The wife did twice. Dude was on a zero-turn mower on the mountainside.
Uh-huh.
Fucker rolled over onto him, pinned him in a creek, and he died.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, geez, that sucks. What a terrible way to go. And I was just telling the wife how I don't like to go mowing all the way down the back of the yard because it gets really steep and I'm gonna roll the mower over and it's gonna suck. And we're trying to figure out a better way to do it. And I honestly, the ride-on standard one that everyone knows seems to be the safest one because it's wider with the weight is than these zero turn things, but they don't move nearly as quick, that's for sure. All right. Some Michigan news.
Yep. We got that big FBI sting operation that they did when Governor Whitmer was going to be kidnapped during COVID. Another conviction's been thrown out on that.
Well, yeah, what, 9 people were involved, right? But 6 of them were federal agents.
Yeah,
And the federal agents did all of the driving, all of the scouting, all of the planning.
right.
It's
Sounds
like,
like entrapment to me.
yeah, I don't know a better definition of entrapment than that. Because people misuse that term all the time. Well, but no, like when the police suggest the crime to you and then help you do it, that is what entrapment is.
Yeah,
Especially when there's more feds. Like this never would have happened had the feds not set it up.
right.
But this was right before a midterm or our general election, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Showing how extreme it was already too late by the time any of this information came out. And apparently, what, 2 of these dudes are still in prison? Or one,
yeah,
I'm sorry, now one of them's still in prison?
yeah. But Michigan Attorney General is not going to let the case
I was gonna
die.
say,
They're going to try to charge him with state crimes now and run him through the state. So let's spend some more taxpayer dollars on this fiasco to make an example of nobody. Well, are they going to charge the FBI agents too for
I was
setting
just
it
gonna
all
say
up?
the federal agents or the federal agents are gonna show up as witnesses for the defense saying, no, we completely set him up. It's like a court already ruled that we set this guy up, you know?
That'd be nice.
It would that I mean you wouldn't see it happen.
No, not at all. The FBI agents are probably long gone. They're probably not even in the country anymore.
Exactly, because they would be assassinated. You fucked up. You were supposed to kidnap the governor.
And nobody was supposed to know with the FBI involvement.
Exactly. It was just supposed to be some fucking crazy MAGA bastards, right?
Yep.
Uh all right. Oh, did you see this big 8647 vandalism on the grass
Yeah.
next to next to the
Yeah.
reflecting pool, right? Uh oh my, this was just to be spiteful because there's all this stuff coming up for 4th of July.
Yeah, well, you said you were going to do that too. You were going to do that in your backyard. You're going to put 8647 that can be seen from the sky out.
I said that?
I thought so.
Must have had a lot to drink that night.
Not possible.
No, I don't make threats. Might do a warning, but I don't make threats. If I'm going to go and do something violent and illegal, I'm not going to let you know in advance. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh, we got the repeat offender showing up. Uh, yeah, and the congressional baseball game just happened.
Yeah, the Republicans won again.
Well, yeah,
Apparently,
was it
they've
said?
got better athletes on the Republican side than on the Democrat side.
Yeah, interesting, huh? Well, yeah, this is like the 7th year in a row.
Yeah.
No one got shot this year.
No,
That's
that's
a
a good
good.
thing.
That's a good thing. Uh, however, some of these Democrat staffers were apparently cussing out high school students who were there watching the baseball game.
Well, that's poor sportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, they were calling them all sorts of terrible stuff, cussing them out, calling them like baby killers, and which I found hilarious because these people were the conservative school, They're the ones who don't want abortion to happen. You know?
Right.
Who's the baby killer? So yeah, once again, let you know, even in sports that are supposed to bring us together so we can put this other shit aside, the Democrats can't shut the fuck up and just play baseball.
Right.
Repeat offender, you there? I see he's there, but oh well. Can't hear him anyway. Brian, who is this Representative Chip Roy?
He's from Texas.
Okay, I've never heard of him before, and then like 2 articles showed up with his name on them.
And he's trying to, I think we might have talked about this. Oh no, this one's like he wants to do he's from Texas. He wants to put term limits in place. Well, not even term limits. Basically,
No.
what he wants to do is cut off pay and power from House and Senate lawmakers after they've served 12 years in their respective chambers. So basically, they could still serve, but they'd have to do it for free.
And not just
And
that,
not have any
be on
leadership
committee
positions.
Yeah, no
Exactly.
committee chairs or anything like that.
I actually think this is an interesting idea that I could
like
get behind.
it because then if the people do still want their senator in office, they can.
Yeah.
But the Senate is not going to be able to just run the Senate for 30
like
years.
Nancy Pelosi did.
Yeah.
For the House.
Or Schumer.
Exactly.
Schumer. He makes me laugh. But he also said something else. Excuse me. He's talking about revoking the SPLC's tax exempt status.
I agree with that too. I mean, you can't be a one-sided political organization and get tax exempt status.
Especially if they're committing fraud and all the stuff they're accused of right now, right?
Yeah.
So where is the SPLC getting all this money to pay for these Klansmen to be Klansmen anyway? Because
from the taxpayers.
They shut down USAID, I thought. So they're not getting it from the taxpayers. People donating directly to the SPLC.
It must be.
I don't know what's up with our Australian friend here. This is the second time he's come in here, and I can't hear anything he says or see anything. So I don't know what's up.
He said he was working at home, but he was going to be able to talk online. So,
all right. Well, Carmelo Anthony was found guilty. It only took the jurors like 2 hours, I think.
That's a pretty solid case if it only took him 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much you were following the reports that were coming out, but apparently the defense's witnesses all said that Anthony was out of line and went and picked a fight and said that he stabbed this other guy before any kind of physical altercation actually began. And there were 15 witnesses that all said the same thing. Not identical, obviously, because, people say things differently or, remember things a little differently. But have you, and he got 35 years is what he's been sentenced to, obviously pending appeal. What kind of fool is going to get 35 years in prison and not appeal it right away?
Right.
It looked like it was pretty open and shut from everything I saw. Like, he didn't deny stabbing this kid.
No.
He actually said, it's on the body cam when the cops came to talk to him. He said, no, I'm not alleged. I did it.
But then he pleads not guilty when he shows up in court for his arraignment.
Yeah, and that's something I think a lot of people don't realize is that they always want to fight and swear they're innocent. You get a lighter sentence by pleading guilty. You
typically,
because it doesn't cost the taxpayers nearly as much money, and you are admitting that you were wrong at least.
Right.
But have you seen the backlash? The people on Anthony's side of this? It's insane, dude. It's insane. Like Jasmine Crockett was saying, like, oh, another black woman losing her baby. It's like, no, he's going to prison. The white woman lost her child.
Right.
and basically saying that you don't understand. It's still worse for the black folk here. Like he's the victim for going to prison after murdering a child or an adolescent, I suppose is a better word. Uh, and I don't know. There were a bunch of videos of black folk saying that even if all the evidence came out and he definitely did murder this kid, they wouldn't find him guilty if they were on the jury.
Of course not.
Oh, well, it was
Impartial
funny.
jury.
Well, that was funny. Then everyone's like, "Oh, it's an all-white jury." First of all, no, it was not an all-white jury. There was just no black people on the jury. Probably because they all said, "I'm not going to find him guilty, even if he is."
Right.
That's a good way to get excused from a court
Yep.
jury duty hearing. um, but there were Asian. There was an Asian and two Hispanic folk on the jury. So apparently, not black means white now. But we should have known that. I mean, look what happened with Zimmerman. He quickly became the white man, right?
Yep. Even though
Was
he
he?
was definitely not white.
Yeah, was he El Salvadorian or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Good God. Hold on, I got more. Did you see this? This. Juror. Let me see if I can set up the share screen. Can you? You're better at the sharing screen thing. The black live stream invokes Carmelo Anthony's name in the name of random assault on a white man. See, there's a video in there. But this guy, I'll tell you what happened. But this dude, black man, recorded himself attacking a dude on a bicycle and threatening to kill him and cut him up and he's gonna get killed because he was on the jury for Carmelo Anthony. This was 1,000 miles away at like the same time the trial was happening. It was just nuts. And like why would you? And then everyone around was like, no, he ain't. Why would you publish that video?
Right.
All right, I just thought I'd bring it up. Anyone who wants to see it, it is out there. It's everywhere.
It's on
Uh,
Instagram, and I have to sign into my Instagram, which I thought I
yeah,
was, but
no, don't worry about that shit then. If you want to watch it, Brian, you can watch it later. It's just holy crap. But I still don't understand how people are claiming that he's the victim here.
right.
Like the father, Metcalf's father, tried to make this whole thing not about race when it started. Even showed up for a prayer with the family of Carmelo Anthony, but he was asked to leave by the opposing the attorney, the at the time convicted felon attorney that they had. And he did instead of stabbing the man in the chest. This tribalism has gone so far. It's so ridiculous. The people that are speaking have no idea what they're talking about. They didn't bother to find any of this shit out.
No.
And did you see the interview that just recently came out with one of the O.J. Simpson jurors? She said
No.
almost certainly everyone on that jury knew that he was guilty, but let him go because they didn't want to put another black man in jail.
Hmm.
She said that's what she did.
Right.
It's like, oh my God. If this is how it's gonna be, dude, do I need to start carrying a gun all the time?
Maybe.
I mean, if you're allowed to stab me because I said, hey man, you shouldn't be here. Just fucking crazy. Let's see if you can get in this time. You try a different name this time. Oh yeah, this one was fun. On the immigration stuff. This dude is saying his teenage son was expelled from school for pro ice stickers on his locker.
Oh yeah, I remember this article. Yeah. Oh, he was here for a second.
I was gonna say he was here for a second, then he's gone. That's ridiculous. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm still getting over this illness I got on when I was out at sea. See, this is what bothers me a little bit though in these articles. Okay, well, at least it says it here. A Las Vegas family is suing the Clark County School District for viewpoint discrimination after the teenage son was expelled for posting stickers in support of immigration and customs enforcement, alleging students who walked out of class in protest of ICE face no comparable punishment.
Right. You can't support one thing and not support the. You gotta be impartial.
Yeah, especially when it's politics. Like the school has to realize that a massive part of their budget comes from federal money, right?
You would think.
Like someone's actually looked at the books at some point. Anyway, it looks like the repeat offender might have figured out how to log in.
G'day, lads. Just a few cobwebs. It's been a while.
It has.
How you all been?
Doing all right, but almost out of beer over here. The strike of the people that deliver my brand of beer is still in effect, entering week 5 at this point. And the only place I could find that carries my beer only has 4 more 18 packs and maybe a dozen 12 packs.
Oh,
On the
mate.
Bud
At least you
Light.
got plenty of Bud Light. That's what I was just about to say.
That's what it's going to have to be because it's a different company that delivers it. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to give Anheuser-Busch my money, but I still want beer. And the me choosing how to spend my money is the way I do my boycotts versus no, fuck them, I'm never doing it again.
Right.
I don't want to give them my money, but I still want beer. And if they're the only people that have beer, I might have to give them my money.
Well, mate, it's that way to make money over an Aussie. I told you I'd pay you if you drink a Bud Light on you.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. We talked about that last week I almost went and picked some up just for that.
So that way, mate, $20 is $20, I suppose.
Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, this kid got expelled from school for having the wrong opinion. And, because that's extremist. Meanwhile, a dude in Portland just got 30 months in jail for chucking rocks at ICE officers. 30 months. I mean, that's less than 3 years. And realistically, how much is he going to serve? 15, maybe?
Mate, still a deadly weapon. Rocks are a deadly weapon. That's
Yeah.
Goliath.
But wow, okay, you went way back for that one. Yeah, and I think that's the problem is these fucking morons don't understand this shit. They're getting nothing sentences for assaulting people with deadly weapons.
Right.
Just like what happened with Carmelo Anthony. This man, he opened a folding knife, locked it open, held it in his hand in his bag, and waited for someone to physically touch him so he could stab them. And they're saying that he doesn't belong in prison. So what's going to stop someone from chucking a rock at a fucking federal agent?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, a federal agent holds more weight, doesn't it? You sold a federal agent.
Yeah. That it would if it was you or me.
Yep.
But it's not going to hold more weight than an actual murder, obviously.
No. But I meant like physicality-wise.
Yeah. It's a stiffer penalty. Interfering with like police and peace officers, et cetera, et cetera.
They're both felonies, but aren't they?
With a deadly weapon is a felony. That's how he would have got 30 months instead of, typically speaking, a felony, sir, gives you more than 1 year in prison. Typically speaking, misdemeanor is less. Not necessarily, but you're not going to get 5 years for a misdemeanor. Right. And remember, felony, you also lose your right to vote, own a gun, to associate with certain people. You forfeit all sorts of rights upon conviction with a felony.
Yeah.
Which I get a good laugh up when they want to let these prisoners vote. I'm like, well, they clearly make bad decisions. You know what I mean? It's like, so, okay, I thought we brought this up last week, Brian, with the budget through for immigration.
Well, the Senate approved it, and the House approved it, and now Trump signed it into law.
Okay, so it's officially done at this point. Now we just have to wait for a judge was it Bosinger or whatever his name is there to say, no, you can't do that?
Boasberg,
yeah. No, you can't do what every other president has done before you.
Right.
Well, I don't even. Oh, yeah. I don't know who Eric Schmidt is. He's a
I don't
senator.
either.
Yeah, there's 100 of them, right? Uh, he's talking about putting money aside. He put it in his part. I guess he made something in the bill, putting money aside specifically to put federal agents in these sanctuary cities where they're not turning over people that were arrested to immigration when they're here illegally. Really, I don't see the problem that these folks have with the turning over people from the court system or ICE waiting for them. Just like that Massachusetts judge who like helped the guy sneak out the back door.
Right.
You're upset he's not sending the worst of the worst, but he goes to the fucking courts where these people are being tried for crimes. And you won't let him do that. Maybe that's why they showed up at Home Depot parking lots at 5 a.m. You know?
Yep. Before ICE gets there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, these ICE guys. Whoever came up with the idea to show up to Home Depot at 5 a.m. and just say trabajo, and then everyone who walks over just arrest them all. They must have laughed their asses off at that. I don't know if you're aware, repeat offender, but that's a thing here in like urban areas. You'll go to like Home Depot to like build houses, like real construction stuff, not home repairs, not do it yourself or about like the contractor. They'll hire 30, 40 guys in the parking lot that day.
Like a utes.
Yeah, just we need you to carry this over there. We need you to cut this board this length this many times. Instead of hiring a whole crew that you have to keep on. Plus, they're here illegally, so they're not asking for health insurance. They're not asking
no
for
union
dental.
wages.
They're not getting union wages. You're not paying the taxes for having employees.
$2.50 an hour.
Well, see, and that's the problem is that a lot of these jobs are disappearing that way. And people just like, oh, these jobs no one wants to do. It's like, are you kidding me? People love to get in construction. It pays like a motherfucker. All right. So Europe's having an issue with immigration, and it's getting to the point where even the Europeans are noticing it.
Yeah.
France and Belgium have had riots. We just talked about that Indian guy there over in was it Britain? Was it London, England? Maybe I don't know. One of those UK fucking countries. Where the kid was killed and they arrested the kid as he was dying. Do you hear about the freaking Northern Ireland situation?
Yeah, mate, it's pretty terrible at the moment. It's
there's video of it out there too.
Yep. Well, the authorities didn't want the video getting out. The authorities didn't want the video getting out. Actually, it was pretty terrible, mate. It was sickening. Actually,
it's disgusting.
They cut his nose off.
For anyone who doesn't know what happened, this Sudanese man took a kitchen knife, like you used to like cut steak, gouged out at least one of this man's eyes, possibly both. Yeah, cut most of his nose off his face and tried to sever this man's head with a kitchen knife.
Oh my word!
They had to staple him from ear to ear, where he cut his throat.
The guy's still alive. That's unbelievable. See, this is what I was talking about, Brian. People who kill people don't think this shit out in advance. Get a better fucking knife than a kitchen knife if you're going to try to sever someone's fucking head.
Well, that might be the best you can get in UK.
But
Northern Ireland is separate,
France.
Isn't it?
No, Northern Ireland's part of UK. It is. But the problem is it's all
but aren't they technically somehow different from the rest of Ireland?
Yeah, well, they had that peace treaty years and years ago, mate. Turn of the century.
94.
Yeah. What happened?
That's what I'm worried about is these NRA guys. That's what I'm worried about is these NRA guys who didn't actually turn over their rifles. When the next IRA,
going off.
Not NRA.
Did you see what's going on about the building all these, burning all these illegal immigrants'
burning
houses?
Their houses down.
Yeah, they're going in, and that's what they did before, mate. Went in their houses, burn it while they're alive.
That's exactly what I was saying. This is exactly what the IRA was about. Is they wanted to keep Ireland Irish.
Blew up a bus.
Yeah.
Like cars.
This is exactly the shit we saw when the IRA was still running rampant. You know what I mean?
But the problem is, mate, what they're doing, these illegal immigrants are going to France. They're getting shipped from France over to Ireland. They go through Ireland into Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK. Ireland's separate.
Yeah,
They
okay.
go
That's what
into
it is.
they go into Northern Ireland. Then they can transfer back over to England, back over to United Britain. You know what I mean? And that's the problem is. And I
Yeah,
saw a video
because
the other day.
EU's got open borders.
Yeah, because England's no part. England is a part of the EU, but it's not a part of the European Union because Brexit. They voted to get out of Brexit, which means they don't have to follow Brussels. Brussels is it's like the capital of the EU.
Yeah.
So what they've done, they've voted to get out of the EU. So that's why the EU policies don't really belong in England, if that makes sense.
No, I remember this. I remember it being a big deal, and I remember being excited for the island because like they can't be having policies made in Brussels, in Eastern Europe that's affecting everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, mate, they haven't finished yet. The Irish people are there. They're livid, mate, and so they should be. This guy was disabled. He had disabilities. And that's how the Somalian got him down so easy.
Sudanese guy.
No, the Irish guy had disabilities.
Yeah.
The Sudanese, the Sudanese guy
Oh,
got him
okay.
down.
Yeah.
He gouged out he's pulled out his socket in his eye. That's how bad it was.
Why? Like, what did this guy do that pissed him off so much?
No, and you got all these immigrants who are bloody copying what this dude did. There's video of them going around, all these bloody Sudanese and Somalians, whatever they were, mate, taking videos in the streets and getting down on their knees and pretending to cut an invisible person.
Yeah.
There.
Well, have you seen these these AI videos people are making of themselves pissing on Austin Metcalf's grave?
Disgusting.
It's like, what did he do? What did he do to have you urinate on his grave? You know what I mean? He was the one who got murdered. It's not his fault that this other kid's going to prison, you know?
Absolutely disgusting, mate.
It is disgusting. And I can't believe that this is so much that it's prevalent. It's easy to find this garbage.
Haven't you guys got rules regarding graves and that? Like in Australia, if you desecrate a grave in Australia,
An actual grave. These are AI image videos.
yeah,
Desecrating a grave, human remains, all sorts of stuff like that is illegal.
it's a jail.
That's actually why. That's why you don't get a lot of divers going down to check out the Arizona at Pearl Harbor.
Right.
It's because it's a giant burial ground, and you can't disrupt it.
Yeah, same here, mate. We got the same laws here. You go to jail for that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But since this was digital and it wasn't real, what are you really going to try someone with? Being an asshole? You're allowed to be an asshole. I just don't have to like you, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I get it, mate. But it's terrible for a family who has to see it.
I know. It's like, what did that kid do? Like, allegedly, he shoved this Anthony kid. But the thing is, what all the witnesses say was he didn't even have a chance to shove him. As soon as his hand made contact on the other guy's shoulder, he had a knife in his heart.
Mm.
And I heard people saying it was a multi-tool. And I heard people saying all sorts of stuff. From what I gather, it sounds like a standard folding knife that also had the slit in the back for like cutting a seatbelt in an emergency or breaking a window in a car. That also had a folding knife in it. And I love the argument people make. Well, you're allowed to have that knife by law on a school grounds. It's like, okay, first of all, the school said you can't have the knife. Second of all, it doesn't mean you could fucking stab someone.
Right.
Okay. I'm allowed to carry a gun. Doesn't mean I can just shoot people. Sorry. And this is what it's come to. And I got a feeling it's what it's really coming down to is it's all down to people feel disrespected, and that's a reason enough to fight. Just like that Sikh guy, whatever, dude that killed Henry Novak or Nowak, whatever his name is. He felt disrespected because he was different. So that made it okay to kill people. If respect is what these people want and what's causing this, let's not making the penalty. The Sudanese guy. Let's put him in a fucking big giant diaper and a baby bonnet and give him a binky, making him walk up and down the street 8 hours a day for 10 years going goo goo gaga. I act like a baby. There goes any fucking street cred and any respect you had. If that was the penalty, I bet you these motherfuckers would stop doing this shit.
But you talk about penalty, mate. It all comes back to what the police have been told in like the UK and that. They're being told to look after the minority people. The immigrants,
they're worried about the backlash. It's like, no, what about the actual victim, right?
Right.
And that's
victims don't matter anymore.
No.
Well, there's whatever group there in England was like, oh, we're worried about, these violent attacks that are going to happen. It's like, they haven't happened, though. That's the thing. And to be 100% fair, from what I understand of Sikh culture, is they are insanely peaceful people in general. Like the only real case outside of India, where they're dealing with whatever that big religion is over there. What is it? Buddhism? No, it's not Buddhism.
There's a few different ones there.
Well, yeah, what's the one with the whole bunch of gods? And Shiva and all. Anyway, they feel persecuted there and they get a little violent there, but it's not bad. Hindu. But there's a group in Canada that's apparently rather violent too, that I heard about. Just because I did some quick investigating. I don't know much about these folks, honestly,
So the biggest problem is what they're seeing now is that there's one rule for them and one rule for us.
Yes.
Like this Sikh dude was carrying around knives and that in his turban.
Well, he was allowed to because it was part of his religion. It was a ceremonial blade. And okay, you're trying to give this guy his freedom of religion, but you're also allowing him to carry a deadly weapon.
Right.
Well, mate, Scottish guys are allowed to carry around knives in their bloody socks. That's part of their religion, you know what I mean? That's part of the dress. The scarab's part of bloody Scottish dress code.
I can go down to the local hardware store, hand them a wad of cash, and I could walk out with a gun that I can conceal carry without a permit.
Is that part of your religion?
No, that's just the fucking United States and West Virginia, baby.
That's part of your constitution.
Yeah. In West Virginia, I love it. Oh, the best part is I can get a concealed carry permit. And I was like, well, why would I do that if I don't need a permit? Why would I go through this training? It's a course you have to take and pay a fee. Like, oh, because then when you come in next month to buy another gun, we don't have to run the background check. And I was like, yeah, but I fill out the paperwork and then I leave with the gun and then you run the background check. Like, yeah, but you won't even have to fill out the paperwork. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, it might be worth it depending on how many more guns you're buying.
It may be, but it takes me like 6 minutes to fill out the paperwork. But yeah, it's just, and we actually just got back 3 of our guns from Virginia when we came back from the cruise. So yeah, we actually bought a gun cabinet and we keep it locked with nothing loaded in it, which it's funny because that's not a safety thing. I don't want to wear down the springs in my magazines so that the bullets don't push up into the chamber. I do keep a shotgun loaded with a shoulder strap with buckshot rounds in it. That is on safe and the breech is open. So to fire that, you would have to take it off safe, then close the breech, and then squeeze the trigger. But that's my holy shit, someone's in my house. Holy fuck, there's a bear. I don't have time to go get ammunition over here and a gun over there,
Right.
I just keep that up out of reach of the children. But yeah, it's funny because a lot of my friends from back up north are like, I can't believe you keep a loaded shotgun in your house. And I'm just like, I don't know. One bear is enough. Seeing one bear in my yard is enough for me to want to keep a loaded shotgun in my house. It's like, meanwhile, you're watching your city burn the fuck down. You won't keep one in your house,
Right.
All right. Okay, I don't know who this is either. All these new representatives, or people making names for themselves. Terry Sewell. She's this. Oh, God.
She is a Democrat from Alabama. And she's mad that the Republicans are trying to investigate the Democratic fundraising apparatus, Act Blue.
Oh, not only is she upset that they're doing it, but she's saying that this is against black women in power.
Yeah.
It's like, how is making sure that this is legitimate? Like, we're looking for fraud. Oh, you're targeting black women. Are you suggesting black women are more likely to be committing fraud?
Yeah, because they believe that international money was put into donations.
Oh, not just that. They know as a fact that donation, maybe not even necessarily international, but it might have been some mega donor because there were people that were like 60 years old that were making like 6 donations a day until they hit their legal limit of how much they could donate to the party. And then when they were asked in person, like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
And this happened to like people all down the entire like street. So I mean, it might have been like a Soros funded thing, or it could have been Chinese money for all we know. Either way, it's illegal. You can't steal someone's identity to donate money to your political party.
Right.
I just thought it was fascinating that how is it whenever something like this happens, it's always you're targeting black people. This is a real question. It's never you're targeting shit. You look at the people complaining about ICE right now. It's liberal white women and black folk. You're not
Correct.
seeing Hispanic people fighting ICE. Well, probably because they're either like, I got here legally, I ain't fucking that up, or they're saying, I'm not here legally, I ain't getting arrested.
Right.
Isn't it funny how the Hispanic vote's going these days? Like, you look at it, they've gone right away from the Democratic side of the party, and they've gone like center right, haven't they?
The Hispanic population,
Yeah, I've been watching some of the
Yeah.
polls they've been taking on
they
Hispanics now.
voted Trump.
Yeah, yeah, and they're sort of like they're swinging towards the right side of your politics now.
That's because the left has gone so far left that what they're considering far right is Donald Trump. And the problem is these folks don't realize is Donald Trump is a 1990s New York Democrat. His policies are almost identical to Bill Clinton's or even Obama's. But the sheer fact that he ran Republican made him the devil.
Yeah.
But he had to run Republican after he trashed Obama so bad about the way he handled Iran.
Yeah.
That's what started this whole thing, wasn't it? Was Trump started talking shit about Obama,
Yeah.
then all of a sudden he was a giant racist, right?
Yep.
And his birth certificate.
Yeah, I want to see the birth certificate. I was like, oh God. I was like, Trump, this isn't going where you think it's gonna go. I was like, even if he wasn't born here, they could forge a birth certificate very quickly if you're already the president of the United States. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially shit. How old was Obama at the time? In his 60s, probably? 50s?
No,
He
I
was
don't
pretty
know.
young. He was in his 40s
wasn't
when he
it?
was president.
Was
Yeah,
he?
or late
He's
40s.
one of the youngest
late
presidents
40s.
as of late.
I thought he was
Yeah.
about mid to late 40s. Was he about 46 or 47, something like that?
All
Could be
right,
wrong.
well, and that was, yeah, okay, and that was 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what a birth certificate in the United States looked like back then? My birth certificate is freaking hand filled out and like embossed on a weird size piece of paper. You know,
Same here.
and then I got the ones for my children, and these things are like gorgeous printed out. You know what I mean? And I was like, no, ours was slapped together by right there on the spot. And I'm sure yours is too. And Brian, I know yours too, right? Your
Yeah.
original birth certificate.
It wasn't official until they put the stamp on it.
Yeah, how easy would that be to fucking forge if that's the, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I
You
just
would
need a
buy those
fucking
things
rubber
anyway.
stamp. Okay, I can make one of those.
Go to a stationery place, mate. They'll make them up for you.
Oh. But yeah, the birth certificates they're coming up with now are freaking nuts. They're beautiful, man. Thing is, I didn't get to sign either one of my kids' birth certificates. I wonder if that's a Massachusetts thing.
Maybe.
I will say, though, I am glad they were born there. Some of the best healthcare available in the country is in the south of Boston hospitals in terms of having babies.
Okay.
Uh, Boston's not great at a whole bunch of stuff, but medical research they are top of the world. Like the New England Journal of Medicine, I'm sure everyone's heard of.
Yep.
When I had my
I think Joe
left hip,
Biden ran that.
what?
Wasn't she the editor of it?
Oh, I hope not. Dr. Jill. Did you see her on The View? And she's like, well, I'm not a doctor. Wait a minute. I am a doctor. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
I just play one on TV.
The thing is, they're calling her Dr. Biden like she's a real doctor. And like, she is a doctor. I'm like, of what? I'm like, she got an honorary degree just like fucking Bill Cosby did. He's not a real doctor, okay? He didn't actually earn a PhD, neither did she.
Just don't want to see those reruns.
Well, that's because they took him all off TV after we found out he was a rapist.
Mm.
Oh my God. Oh man, I saw some AI videos today, Brian. I wish I had saved for this of Democrats over Memorial Day friggin' crying for George Floyd instead of all of our fallen soldiers.
Oh, I saw that too.
There was some good, especially Joe Biden with his big corn pop chain around his neck. Oh man.
Good old corn pop.
He was a bad dude.
Dude, he used to carry a chain. Again, I still think Corn Pop was the victim there because apparently Joe Biden had these kids feeling his legs up, and Corn Pop just tried to stop him, and Joe had to beat
hairy
him
legs.
up. He had kids rubbing his legs in the pool. Hey, what you doing to them kids?
I know what roaches are like. I've seen them.
Oh man. The voter fraud in California. I don't know if we want to call it necessarily fraud.
What would you call it? Abuse?
I don't know, honestly. It just seems crazy to me that
third world elections.
Well, this woman already
they're still counting 3 weeks after the fact.
And that's the problem. They were when Trump's like, "Oh, just go find those Trump votes." Like, these people are taking weeks to find the votes that they need.
Yeah, and Spencer Pratt's out now on the mayoral runoff bid.
Yeah.
Electoral interference.
Did you see what he released a couple hours ago today?
No.
Oh my. He's claiming to have video evidence so damning that one of the people who ran against him that's already in a position is going to resign in disgrace. He's claiming in terms of voter integrity.
Raman?
Well, he's saying that now that he's no longer officially in the race, now he can turn all this stuff over to law enforcement and release it publicly. And I was like, oh shit. Well, that's the thing Pratt was so far ahead of Raman that she came out and cried publicly that she had lost. And then
she conceded, didn't she?
She did not concede. That's what the key is here, or else her votes wouldn't have mattered at that point if she had given up. She ended up surpassing him. What's crazy is they say, oh, Democrats vote by mail and all the votes are coming in now. It's like, well, then how come Karen Bass didn't get any of those votes? Only the person that they needed to push Pratt out was the one who got the votes.
Right.
24,000 or something, was it? One hit.
Fascinating. And the Democrats aren't even bright enough. When they do this shit, they're not even bright enough to like not make it super obvious. Like they get vote dumps that are exactly like 14,000 votes. And it's like, what? What are the odds that you got exactly 14,000 ballots in this one dump? You know what I mean?
And no Republican votes.
Yeah, none of them were Republican. But I mean, like, no, exactly not 14,001, not 13,864, you know?
Was it 24,000 votes come in and not one to Pratt? The thing about it is, who was it who caught him out? Was it Nick Shirley who caught him out? Wasn't it Nick Shirley? Did a quick investigation on it?
Yeah, and now California put in their Nick Shirley law that says you're not allowed to ask questions about voter fraud. You're not even allowed to investigate fraud in California.
Well, they caught some chick going around signing up the homeless people, offering money in that.
Well, you're allowed to register people to vote in California that way, but you're not allowed to pay them.
Yeah,
And
apparently they offer them money.
yes, and James O'Keefe has a video showing these folks going out and collecting signatures for petitions too from homeless people and paying them to sign multiple names
Right.
on different clipboards so that the handwriting didn't look the same.
But how good was the move from President Donald Trump?
What do you mean?
Didn't you see what happened? They're using the US postal system now because it's a federal body.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I know he did the whole. The issue is, how do you prove someone doesn't? How do you know that someone shouldn't be getting a vote ballot?
Well, in
is it
California, everybody gets one.
Massachusetts too. They sent me more than one when I was in Massachusetts. That was crazy to me. They sent me more than one each time. Like, what? Why are you sending me 3 voter ballots?
Well, you can vote 3 times.
for fraud?
Well,
It's
they had
the
my
Kennedy
name on 'em.
system. You got to vote. This graveyard's got to vote.
Yeah, my mother voted Republican her whole life. Since she's been dead, she's been voting Democrat.
Yep.
Sheesh.
16 Avenue Leaf, eh?
Oh, shit. What? 8 years now. So that's 2. Yeah, shit. It was. It was before Biden became president. So yeah, she voted for Biden and for Harris apparently since she died. I don't know who Guy Benson is either. Like I said, usually I recognize most of these names. But he's blowing up California about the third world nonsense you mentioned. Why does it take 3 weeks to count votes from one city?
Right.
And that's what I was saying before was I thought they were finding any excuse to disqualify. See, you don't necessarily have to stuff the box. You could just disqualify any vote the other way. Oh, I don't like this signature. Problem is, did you see what they're allowing in for signatures on ballots in California?
No.
You could draw a picture of Kirby Star from the Nintendo NES game. Kirby, like used to eat stuff and like poop out whatever. You could draw a picture of that on your ballot card, and that is your signature, and it counts.
That's crazy.
You could draw a Mickey Mouse on your ballot card, and that counts as a signature.
Okay.
And I'm not making this up. I'm not extrapolating. This is on their fucking webpage from the Treasury of State in California with a picture of Kirby Star as the signature. What the fuck is going on? And you point this shit out to you like, well, not everyone can read. Like, then how the fuck are you filling out the mail-in ballot? How are you reading the names of the people you want to vote for if you can't read?
Right. If you don't have a signature.
Oh my God, it's insane to me. Oh no, perfectly secure election. You don't even know who voted. And apparently a whole bunch of homeless shelters are getting ballots sent to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, good luck finding that guy. He's homeless. Well, I thought he stayed here. Well, he did when we had his mail-in ballot sent here.
Yeah. So we just filled it out and mailed it back for him.
Yeah, exactly. So we just did it for him. Oh, and that's another thing. In California, if I go and knock on your door and say, hey, you get your mail-in ballot yet? And you say, yeah, I hadn't put much thought into it. I don't know enough about what's going on. I can fill it out for you as long as you're standing next to me.
Yep.
This is on their webpage too.
Insane.
This is what I made a big deal when my brother asked me to do his mail-in ballot for him, remember?
Uh-huh.
He wanted me to fill out his ballot, forge his signature, and mail his vote in. And I was like, I'm not, well, yeah, sure, go ahead. I was like, Brian, that's a felony. Like, that's voter fraud and mail fraud. It's like, that's
He
two
didn't see it that
federal.
way.
I was like, that's two federal felonies that I don't want to go to prison for. But no, he's like, oh, I have a right to vote. It's like, yeah, that doesn't mean you have a right for me to do it for you, to break the law for you.
Wasn't it like something like 600 votes or something? They went back to the address it's supposed to be at. There's a vacant car lot.
Yeah.
Empty.
Was it
It's
Stephen
600
Crowder
something
did a
votes.
bunch of that?
No.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them. Exactly. They would go to these addresses, and it was just like a empty lot where a building had burned down 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And the argument is always, well, it wouldn't have been enough to sway the election. The problem is when it's happening all over the fucking country, it might sway the election.
Yep.
This one instance wouldn't have, but maybe all of them together. It's the Tweedledee Tweedledum defense. I can't tell you to kill people, but I can say Nazis should be killed on sight because that's an opinion. Meanwhile, my buddy Brian stands next to me and goes, "Hey, look, a Nazi." That's not a good defense to saying, well, I didn't tell anyone who the Nazis were. And he says, well, I didn't tell anyone to kill anyone. But together, the message is he's a Nazi. We should kill him.
Right.
Yeah. The biggest issue is they're doing it in broad daylight, mate. Like, it's all happening before everyone's eyes.
They don't care anymore.
It's riot
People
season, dude.
just lose trust in the bloody electoral system.
That's because what's going to happen?
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. Even if they
Court's
pass
not enough to do it.
the Supreme Court, like I mentioned, was hearing something about mail-in ballots, which could, depending on how they rule, broadly or narrowly, could really affect things. But it's still going to allow California time to do their local stuff.
Right.
And then the private elections, like the primaries, you know. But that's what really got me was why don't you stop the mail-in ballots a week before the election so you don't have to wait a week after election? Oh, maybe you need that time to figure out how many more votes you need to win. Because if you knew in advance how many mail-in votes you had, there's no way that all of a sudden more are going to show up right now. And instead of addressing this and trying to make this people feel better about it, they say you're some fucking conspiracy theorist and tell you you're not allowed to ask that question.
Right.
Is it normal for them to helicoptering votes?
Not from what I'm aware of, but California wastes a lot of money. So I mean, I don't see why they would bother if they can take a month to count their fucking votes. Why would you bother rushing them in with a helicopter?
Mm.
And now back to the Northeast. We have Graham Plattner firing back at Fetterman, saying it's not the hoodie that he's mad about.
Graham Plattner is a piece of shit.
But he's gonna get the Democrat nominee.
He's already got the nomination.
Yeah.
Wow. This is literally everything the Democrats have been calling the Republicans the whole time, to include Nazi.
Yep.
And I hope to God this guy turns around and goes, yeah, see, I proved it. All I do is say I was a Democrat and I could be all the shit you guys hate. But simply because I'm on against Trump, you guys voted for me.
Right.
I hope that's what's happening, but it's not. Guy calls himself an oyster farmer to try to sound like he's blue collar, but his entire market is to his mom's seafood restaurant. This guy's still living off his parents. He's going to be a fucking senator.
Yeah, he's got a good role model. Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie and Warner were the only two that didn't pull back their endorsements, I think.
Bernie Sanders, didn't he have one job before he got elected?
Yeah, I think he was like a gaff in porn or something.
Yeah.
Like he held the big microphone so you could hear the girl moan. Hear a guy go back in the 70s. So he's probably looking at freaking Ron Jeremy's Johnson.
And Plattner's come out and said, well, he got the tattoo because of PTSD, and that's why he said some of the things he's been saying. But we've got Purple Heart recipients coming out and
Yeah.
saying, that's stupid. Still
Yeah,
no
he's like, you're saying that
excuse.
people that dealt with this stuff, it's okay to just be a giant fucking asshole. But like, this guy blamed women for getting raped. Wasn't this like a massive Democrat point? Like, oh, don't say you had it coming because you were wearing that slutty clothes in a dark alley at 2 a.m. with no one around. That's literally what this guy said.
Right.
Aren't there women still coming out of the woodwork, but going on about
Another
him,
one did.
sexting and
Another
stuff
one
like
did
that?
today. Another one did today. Talking about what a piece of shit he is and the garbage he does and how he just lies to get what he wants, and he gets it. Which, I mean, all honesty, that makes perfect sense. He would run Democrat then, right?
Yep.
That's it. He's going to fit well in the blue.
Oh, I got way down here, huh? The Dems in action section.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. That makes perfect sense. What they're voting for to include a fucking Nazi. Let's see what the Democrats are actually doing when they're in power. Now, this isn't the Democrat Party, but it is Nantucket, Massachusetts.
So I guarantee there's Democrat influence in Nantucket.
I bet you it's almost 100%. All the way up to the top of the state level. A church is canceling their 4th of July thing. First time in I want to say 70 years, but that might have been a different thing that was 70 years. Why can't I get this thing to open? First of all, it's a Reverend Aaron Splain, so we know it's not a Catholic church, huh?
No.
Especially if they called her a pastor, not a priest.
Yeah, they're not going to read the founding documents. This will be the first time in 25 years that
25
they've
years, okay.
canceled it.
Yeah, after 2.5 centuries, why our founding documents still celebrate as mainly aspirational? 250 years later, aspirational. What do you mean? Like, have these folks read the founding documents?
No, I
That's
guarantee, and I guarantee if they were being read in church every year, that nobody was paying attention to it.
yeah, they're shutting down the fireworks in Nantucket, Mass. On the 250th birthday, anniversary, whatever you want to call it. It's a big deal for this country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I play some phone games that are like global, and I was talking to an Egyptian guy recently. He's like, "Oh, you must be pretty excited for 250." I was like, "Yes," but hearing an Egyptian say that to me just
Right.
makes me laugh out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, "Your nation predates the calendar." You know? Which that's when I found out. I had never even thought about it, but Christians go to Egypt a lot for religious
Yeah.
stuff, like Old Testament stuff.
Right.
It never occurred to me. Like Israel was always the place I thought of. I was like, yeah, why not go see where the Jews were enslaved? Oh, wait a minute. If the Jews were enslaved, doesn't mean that they are forever exonerated of any offense ever.
Nope.
No, that only works for black people.
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
Reparations for the Jews.
First fucking slave in the United States was a white guy. And he's owned by a black man. So let's be real about this for half a second, okay? Shouldn't be slavery, but it wasn't the way people picture it when they watch fucking Roots. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, there were bad dudes, but the Chinese were slaves before the black folk were. The freaking Irish were slaves in this country before the Chinese were.
Hey,
I don't know what to tell you. The whole fucking world practiced slavery.
don't
The
forget us
entire
Aussies,
world
mate.
did. Huh?
Don't forget us Aussies. We were sent
Well,
out
no,
here as convicts.
that's because it wasn't even worth keeping you as slaves, so they just tossed you an island and expected you to die. That's honestly
Yeah,
what
that's
happened,
exactly.
right?
That's
If
exactly
you
what happened,
survive,
mate.
good for you, but you're not getting back over here.
Hey, swim, boys.
Honestly, it was a great idea. Send the worst of the worst who are, you can't even enslave them
Kind
to
of like
work.
Alcatraz.
And
Yeah.
that was a decent idea too. Well, three people technically escaped, but they were never seen again.
Right.
Basically, what we're saying by escaped is we never found their bodies when they drowned in the fucking San Francisco Bay.
Right.
Some shark shit, mate.
Maybe. I'm not sure what kind of sharks you get up there. Over there. That's warm-ish water. Granted, you'll still get hypothermia, but for sharks, that's warm water. Because well, Australia is famous for the great white shark, but the most famous movie ever about a great white shark was in Massachusetts.
Chores.
Oh, Carl, it was a
So,
great movie, and you know it. Every year they
I
have great
love it.
whites showing up off the coast of Massachusetts. Every year, that cold Atlantic. Anyway, what's up with Mom Donnie?
oh, he's got a new plan to create more affordable housing.
Yeah, seize
More
the
rent
property,
rent
right?
control, seize the property from the landlords, and hope for the best.
Aren't there laws stopping the government from doing this?
I don't think there is in um, New York City.
I could have sworn there was some kind of federal law saying that like the federal government can't set up communism. I thought this is like I'm pretty sure it was inscribed into the Civil Rights Act because I'm actually allowed to discriminate against communists, even with the Civil Rights Act in place. And you're not a communist, you're a socialist. That just tells me you don't know what either one of them fucking means. Uh, he wants the government to control this shit.
Yeah.
That's communism, or at least authoritarian.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Trump's an authoritarian. What's he doing that's taking authority over your life? You know, like what has he actually done that's taking authority over anyone's life here?
Nothing.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, he's allowing individual states to make their own laws in accordance with the 10th Amendment to the Constitution. Oh my God, he's actually enforcing the real laws.
Yeah, what's this done? He's not going to leave office. He's not going to leave office. He's going to his third term. Well, what
He
did he
said
do
that
in
last time
2020?
too.
What happened in 2020? He packed his office and left.
Yeah, exactly. They said the same thing last time. And I am all about criticizing Trump. I would love to, honestly, but these wackadoos have made it impossible because you have to get through the bullshit to get to what's actually happening.
Right.
Oh, mate, 100%. You've got to keep your bloody leaders honest. You got to question every move they make.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, yeah. Back on Mom Donnie. Him and Hochul just came out and were boasting about whatever socialist policy they're doing. Let's see what it was. Oh, excuse me. Of course not. It doesn't tell me they were out there yucking it up about how great they're doing. It's gonna take me too long to find. But this was within 24 hours of that violent stabbing spree on the freaking train in New York. And they just glossed over it. And they talk about how like great and safe everything is.
Right.
I mean, Brian, at least we're not seeing people getting tossed in front of trains as much as we were. But
No.
we were following that for a while on purpose, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
And it's like, oh, another person got tossed in front of the subway. And no one cared. Right. And it was
No.
funny because Trump was going to deploy the National Guard. New York was like, no, 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 fuck all of you. And then they went and deployed the National Guard themselves to
Right.
handle this situation.
Yeah, they
So
did.
you literally took Trump's plan. It's exhausting, Brian.
Well, we got the largest township in the country, which is in New York, upstate New York. They are not going to follow the your new New York state law, getting rid of mother and father.
Yeah. And the word paternity is going to disappear too. Yeah, was it gestating parent
Yeah,
and non-gestating parent? So what the fuck? No, this is the problem, Brian. We have certain words to describe certain things, and these people just say no. This is what woman means.
right.
You can want to be a man, but you still have the plumbing. That's why they're still going to call you the gestating parent instead of mother.
Right.
What the fuck is going on in this country, dude?
Insanity.
Dear God, talk about first world problems. The biggest problem these people have in life is the fact that you won't use the pronouns that they want you to.
Right.
For the love of God, shut off welfare. Shut off all of this shit. If this is how it's going to be, go get a fucking job and worry about surviving. You'll give
Yep.
less of a shit about all the rest of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And that's what drives me nuts is that they're taking the money from the people that are working so they can sit out and bitch about how they feel like they're supposed to be a woman. Go ahead. I don't give a shit. Why? But I don't have to pay for it, and I don't have to fucking even acknowledge what you did.
Right.
It's infuriating. And then this Katie Wilson up there in Seattle. Oh, I brought this up recently. Where they were putting up the barricades in Seattle again, but it's because of the human trafficking. With all the shootings in like 72 hours.
Right.
So the mayor, instead of arresting the human traffickers and the pimps whoring them out, they want to make it more difficult for pimps and human traffickers to get guns.
Okay, that's not solving the actual issue at hand.
Well, I guarantee you the human trafficker crossing the border illegally is not filing for a fucking permit to have a gun.
Nope.
Why don't you just arrest them for fucking whoring out children? I just don't
Insane.
understand. I just don't understand these arguments. And how does the average person not get furious about this shit? I think that's the problem. Is it only these people in this neighborhood realize the problem? The people who live 3 blocks down, it's not in my neighborhood. But
Right.
you
Not
know,
in my backyard.
it's still good in general until they're having bullets go through their kid's bedroom window because there's a fucking turf war from human traffickers who are whoring out children.
Yep.
Apparently that's okay though, because I mean, sex work is work, right? Are they gonna be more upset that these kids were made to work as children than the fact that they were made to be whores? All right, I'm calmed down. What's up with this fucking transcript shit that Rand Paul wants
Rand
to do with
Paul
Fauci
is
because he's
Rand
already
Paul
lost his
says he's going to
he's already
conduct
lost his
another
window to
interview.
do anything legally though.
But I mean, I thought this. I don't know. He just wants to get Fauci on the record lying, basically.
All right, well, okay, you're not going to get him in any trouble for it because the statute of limitations ran out Monday. We talked about this last Friday, actually.
Yeah.
So you're just going to get him to admit that he made all this shit up? What good is that going to do? For the most part, your average person at this point realizes that most of this COVID stuff was garbage.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It was a nasty illness. It killed a lot of people. But you have to remember, too, that a lot of these people that died of COVID actually died with COVID. The motorcyclist who rode his bike under a 16-wheeler, lost his head,
Was dying of COVID.
was marked as died of COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this has to be taken into account.
There was no flu that one year when COVID was going on.
Exactly. There was 0 cases of influenza in the United States in 2020 because of COVID-19. I got COVID and I found out I had COVID because I had strep throat at the same time. And don't get me wrong, I felt like garbage. I was worthless with the two of them at the same time. But strep throat was more dangerous to me at the age I was at and the how healthy I was. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, let's be real. COVID was killing mostly the elderly and the very young. It wasn't killing people like 16 to like 55, you know?
Same thing's
Brian.
happening in Australia, mate. People are
What's that?
dying and getting marked off as dying of COVID here in Australia. People are dying of different things, snake bites and everything. They're marked down as getting dying of COVID.
Exactly. Oh, they had COVID. That's what killed them. It's like, no, it was the fucking venomous snake that bit them that killed them.
Still isn't on me, you pricks. Have a look.
Well, like I mentioned a little bit ago, a specific case that we've been bringing up forever on this show was a dude lost his head. He was decapitated by a big rig, and they marked him as died as COVID.
Yeah, we had the same shit here.
Yeah, it's like, so you tell me if this guy didn't have COVID, he would have survived the decapitation? You know? And just like the George Floyd bullshit, man. The guy was on enough fucking fentanyl to kill a rhinoceros.
Go.
And even everyone remembers Derek Chauvin, but the fat Asian cop who did perimeter control and just like put his hands up, keeping people from getting on scene, he went to prison too. Jeez Louise. I don't know, man. How much comeuppance do we have to allow to the black community? Because bad things happened 160 years ago.
I don't know. I don't think that much.
Like, I didn't own slaves.
Nope, I didn't either.
That dude was never a slave. You can say he's called these things all the time, but I doubt it, honestly.
Well, SpaceX IPO went through today.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying some, and apparently they made it easier to buy the stock, but
Yeah, you can go in through Fidelity now. Set up an account with Fidelity and buy your stock that way.
so I cannot get this through Robinhood.
No. Not yet.
I don't like opening my Fidelity account. It's a pain in the ass. It's a huge pain in the ass. But I'm interested. I think SpaceX is going places. Because this isn't just his rockets. This is his
No, this is the whole company. This is
and-
the whole king caboodle. Everything, Starlink, satellites, all that.
not Tesla though.
No, not Tesla.
Tesla's separate.
Yeah.
Exactly. The satellite internet for the world is going to bring about tons of money.
And they're way ahead of the Amazon satellite internet. So,
Oh, by years.
yeah.
Yeah, by the time Amazon gets set up to even be able to compete,
It'll be too
Starlink's
late.
going to be established and what's already used. And
They'll have a
well,
monopoly.
I already have the gear. Why would I go buy your gear? Argument, right?
Right.
What do you think, Brian? Are you gonna at least look at getting some SpaceX or?
I don't know. I got a bunch of other things to figure out first. So,
Yeah. But I mean, you could buy fractions of shares
yeah.
because was it Tesla? Something like $400 a share or something silly.
This opened at 150 for SpaceX.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people were going nuts about it. They're like, it's 10 times the assets they have. I was like, they have a reusable rocket. I watched them land it and catch it.
Yep.
It's like that's worth $1 billion right there. You know what I mean? Oh, this one was. I don't know what to think of it. I think you shared this. The park ranger, the lady park ranger from Washington who went to Alaska
Yeah.
and fell off Mount McKinley. Did not survive the fall.
No. And she
She
was
was the
trained. She was trained mountaineer.
Yeah, she like knew what she was doing, and she was there doing some kind of like routine inspection, I guess.
Yeah, she'd go up there every summer and help with mountain rescues.
Uh, that's too bad. And see, here we go. This was a woman who was actually qualified for her job.
Yep.
Unfortunately, she died anyway. Uh, I'm not sure exactly what went down. Obviously, I wasn't there. I'm just curious. Would a man have been strong enough to not fall? I don't know. I'm not assuming this at all because it sounds like you said, she went there every year and did this trek. So, uh, yeah, unfortunate, I guess. Uh, Florida woman was mauled to death by her neighbor's dogs. I guess these dogs were a problem for a while. Uh, like
Yeah.
long
They've
enough
been
that
a yeah. Yeah.
everyone was complaining.
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised they let it get to the point where someone was killed before something was done.
Yeah, that's really messed up. The dog lived that she was protecting.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, these two dogs are gonna be put down.
as they should be.
Yeah, and I'm just, especially in Florida, I'm surprised someone didn't shoot these fucking dogs, honestly. Uh, I mean, I don't even need a dangerous dog. I just need a dog in my yard that's not mine. I'm probably going to shoot at it because it's probably here to kill something if it's in my yard. Unless I know it's my neighbor's dog, for
Right.
example. You know what I mean? But there are feral dogs out here. There used to be a puppy mill, I guess, like 20 years ago, and they turned everything loose into the woods.
That
And
was
they're,
dumb.
yeah, it's caused a bit of an issue with chickens, I guess. By the way, you get chickens? You getting chickens set up or what?
Not yet.
You gonna?
Probably not.
All right.
Egg
Uh,
prices coming down, mate.
yeah, I don't care, man. Prices coming down. We all know that eggs coming in every day for free or next to free is a great deal. And
It tastes better when you got it yourself.
as Brian and I were talking about when Biden was in office, Brian was like, I know what I got here. I got a
Got
gold
gold
mine.
mine.
He's like, I got actual food that shows up every day.
Yeah, that's basically true, eh?
So you see this? I think you did because I think you shared it. But Dollar Tree's expanding their service and
Yeah.
by taking in was it DoorDash?
DoorDash or Instacart, yeah, they're gonna offer up delivery service to their customers. I don't see their average customer being able to afford the DoorDash surcharge to
Maybe,
get
but
their
depends
stuff.
on where you are. There's a lot of Dollar Trees, Dollar Generals, Family Dollars around here, and I mean they're everywhere. But it's a 20-minute drive for me to get to the nearest anything. If I can get someone to drive that shit up here for me, put the miles on their fucking car, let their fucking engine deal with the mountainside. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, I know what you're saying though, but here's the thing: is they're worried that like, oh, this is gonna be a real issue because their customers, yada yada. Then they won't use it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Dollar Tree is not paying out of pocket in advance for these services. They're paying a fraction of the purchase, right?
Yeah. Normally there's a delivery fee included. You got to pay.
Yeah, so it's
You
not
can-
like DoorDash is going to lose money by offering this.
Right.
I'm sorry, not DoorDash, Dollar Tree. And this one I found interesting too. Southern Baptist Convention got together and they are talking about not allowing women to hold any position of power in the church.
Yeah. Well, they never have allowed women of power to be deacons or elders or pastors.
See, I don't know much about the Southern Baptists, but all I could think was this sounds very Catholic.
Yeah.
It was funny. The Catholic Church used to allow priests to get married. The issue is, or was rather, was when they died, they would leave their wealth, their worldly possessions to their family, not the church.
No, okay.
Yeah, and the Catholic Church stopped that.
They wanted to get their
Uh,
money.
exactly. All right, well, that's our material. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No.
All right. Maybe we should call it quits then.
All right. Sounds like a plan.